are doing a scene analysis of the movie Scream from 1996, and it's the first scene, the Do You Like Scary Movies scene. Um, so yeah, I'm analyzing this scene because a lot of people in my target audience, this isn't from any research, this is from personal experience, but people in the target audience of 16 to 21 just really enjoy horror movies, me included. And I thought it would be a good idea to study a horror movie and how the camera is being used. For this scene specifically, for my own project, I'm looking more into the camera angles. I'm studying them, the camera movements, how it helps build the tension. Um, I'll be looking more into that than sound, but I will still be discussing sound. It's just that I'll be taking the camera shots and camera angles from this scene and using them in my own scene. So yeah. So the scene starts with the title credits. Along with the movie title. Behind the title, there are some screams that can obviously be heard along with the phone ringing. Also very faintly, a heartbeat can be heard. It's very faint. You have to maybe listen a few times to maybe hear it, but it's in the background. As obviously the scene comes in, the phone keeps ringing. There you go, until she answers. Um, the camera shows the one with the phone as it is here, and the camera ringing from the title card into the actual movie itself is actually a quite clean transition. Um, some of the viewers might be a bit confused why there's a phone ringing while the titles are going on, but as people who have seen the film, um, I'm assuming you've seen the film, but it's obviously a lot of this whole scene is she's basically on the phone. It's a good way to start a scene, to introduce it, being like this is what's happening straight away.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Who is this?
Who are you trying to reach?
So this is just a close up of this lady here. I'm not quite sure of her name, not sure if she has a name, but it's just a close up, not quite a mid shot. But you've got her shoulders in there. You've got a bit of the background. She's clearly in a living room. She's answering the phone.
What number is this?
What number are you trying to reach?
I don't know.
Well, I think you have the wrong number.
Do I?
It happens. Take it easy.
So as she bends down, the camera follows. I actually really like that because it keeps her in focus. Um, and it was very clean. It wasn't shaky. I want to do that kind of stuff with my own film. Make sure that everything stays in focus, that nothing goes out of focus, and it gives the scene some dimension. I really enjoy it. So that was actually very nice. As the phone rings a second time, the camera pauses on the woman and zooms in slowly to highlight her expression. As you can see, she's very confused, like by what's happening, and as you see there, she walks off. To go answer the phone again. The subtleness of the camera zooming in was really nice. I'll just replay it again in case you didn't see it. There. So she pauses for a minute, and the camera zooms into her. She turns around, see her facial expression, very easy. Camera pauses, and then she walks off. That highlights her expression perfectly. It keeps the uneasiness of the scene going while the phone's ringing. The viewers, along with her, are like, "Why is the phone ringing again? What's happening?" Um, there you go.
Hello?
She answers, and as you can see here, it's a Dutch tilt. But as I was saying previously, um, the viewers are obviously aware that this is a horror movie, but it just adds to the genre. With this Dutch tilt here, I really like it. It gets a
I'm
bit more
sorry, I
emphasized.
guess I dialed the wrong
Zooms
number.
in.
So
So it's not much of a tilt. It's very slight, but it makes the viewer feel uncomfortable, I'd say. You'd expect the camera to be quite forward on, quite straight shot, but tilting the camera adds uneasiness. It makes the viewers feel a bit uncomfortable. It makes the viewer feel how this lady here is feeling. She's obviously a bit confused and possibly uncomfortable with this random man calling her. Um, it makes the viewer reflect on how she's feeling.
Why'd you dial it again?
To apologize.
You're forgiven. Bye now.
Wait, don't.
So, sorry, I didn't mean to pause twice. But it zooms in on her to show more of expression that she's getting a little bit more enjoyable of what's happening. Um, all these shots are just purely to show her expressions. Expressions are very important in a horror movie. You need to know how a camera's feeling, and just close-ups tend to make people feel tense or uncomfortable. Um, with the sound, the man's voice over the phone is very clearly enhanced for the audience to be able to hear what he is saying. Um, Phones then, as well as phones today, unless they're on speakerphone, you can't really hear what they're saying. Um, so they've clearly enhanced the audio on his voice for the audience to be able to actually hear what he's saying. Otherwise, it'd be quite confusing and the audience wouldn't really understand what's happening.
Don't hang up.
What?
I want to talk to you for a second.
They've got 900 numbers for that. See ya.
So this scene is actually very dark, and I will see for the next shot now. So a few things. It was very clearly set in at nighttime. We didn't need to pause it on this part for that. But there aren't many lights on in the house. It looks like there are more from the outside, but once the camera's in on the inside, it actually looks quite dark. There are only a few lamps on, and I think again that adds a lot to the genre of the scene. This shot I actually quite enjoy. The swing here was swaying on its own under this big spooky looking old tree. Um, and the wide shot of this house really does set the feel that she's on her own. Along with the crickets in the background, that she's on her own. It's late. She's vulnerable and she's in danger.
Hello?
Why don't you want to talk to me?
The camera follows her. She's walking around the table. It's proving to the audience that she's clearly getting a little bit fed up with her phone ringing all the time. Now it's not just her landline, but it's her mobile at the same time. I'm assuming there's a mobile. I can't quite remember. Um, from the looks of it, it's her mobile phone. Um, he's calling all her phones to try and speak to her, and her frantically walking around the table as she's creating her popcorn. Just gives the sense that she's getting really fed up at this point.
Who is this?
You tell me your name, I'll tell you mine.
I don't think so.
What's that noise?
Popcorn.
You making popcorn?
Uh-huh.
I only eat popcorn at the movies.
So we'll see shortly about why this popcorn is important. He proceeds to ask her about her favorite scary movies, but the popcorn is a tense building thing on its own. As the scene progresses, the popcorn gets larger and larger, and in the tinfoil, and it really makes the audience tense as all of the things that are about to happen to this young lady. The popcorn is just like continuing to grow and enlarge itself. It really does add to the tension. Oh, sorry about that.
Well, I'm getting ready to watch a video.
Really? What?
Oh, just some scary movie.
You like scary movies?
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite scary movie?
I don't know.
You have to have a
So sorry
favorite.
about that.
What comes to mind?
Halloween. No, the one.
So, this is actually quite important to add to the genre. When she's talking about the horror movie, she just instinctively, by the looks of it, just grabs the knife out of the knife board. That just screams danger and foreshadowing, because as we know, spoiler alert, Scream, he's a knife killer. He kills with a knife. Um, it definitely foreshadows the killings that he's gonna do. And them talking about horror movies obviously adds to that as well.
One with the guy in the white mask who walks around and stalks babysitters. What's yours?
As we can see there, that's the popcorn. Um, getting larger and larger.
Guess.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Is that the one where the guy had knives for fingers?
Yeah, Freddy Krueger.
So the camera follows her into a darkened alleyway. Well, not even an alleyway, sorry, her hallway. And no, it's darker than the rest. They're talking about horror movies. It's building the tension, as I'm pretty sure you can hear the popcorn in the background.
Freddy, that's right. I like that movie. It was scary.
Wow, well, the first
She's
one
making
was,
sure
but the
all of
rest
her doors are
sucked.
locked.
So, you got a boyfriend?
Why? You want to ask me out on a date?
Maybe. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
Only
Never
lamps are
told
on.
me your name.
Why do you want to know my name?
I want to know who I'm looking at.
So, give me a second.
What did you say?
So the music changes, the camera zooms in, her expression changes like a click of a finger. Um, and it's just like the whole thing of I want to know who I'm looking at. Um, it it builds a lot of tension in the audience. They're like, wait, he can actually see her right now, and she is obviously filling up with fear. In the next moment, he tries to deny it. That's not what he said. But we know as an audience, and she knows as a character, that's what he said, and she's getting frightened. It builds on the tension. It makes you think, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? I like the close ups of the emotion. I want to portray that in my own film. I very much doubt I'll be going with the horror route of how it's laid out, but just the shots, how the camera moves, I really enjoy it.
Say?
I want to know who I'm talking to.
That's not what you said.
What do you think I said?
She's looking out the window, turning on the lights, making sure she can't see anyone outside.
Hello?
Look, I gotta go.
Wait, I thought we were going to go out.
Nah, I don't think so.
Don't hang
Close
up
up
on
of her
me.
locking the door to make sure that no one can get in. The popcorn is at its limit at this point. It's still building the tension. You're wondering, when's that popcorn gonna pop? When is that killer gonna get into the house?
Shit.
This scene itself is quite dark. It's a mid shot of her, but it also builds the scene of the house. It shows the house is dark. It shows the house is big. It shows the house is empty. That she is in more danger.
Yes?
I told you not to hang up on me.
What do you want?
To talk.
Well, dial someone else, okay?
She's clearly getting frightened. The pacing, the darkness of the house. She's gonna go check on her popcorn.
Listen, asshole!
You listen, you little bitch. You hang up on me again, I'll gut you like a fish.
So, there's his volume of his voice slightly increased. To show he's getting frustrated, he's getting angry, you know? And it zoomed in on her very quickly because of how quick her expression changed between her fighting back and her pure fear of this guy on the other side of the phone.
Understand? Yeah.
Is this some kind of joke?
More of a game, really. Can you handle that? Blondie.
So him saying Blondie, along with like the drum roll and the cymbals, typical horror music. she's gonna go check all of the doors are locked, no one's outside. Um, the music itself really, really just builds a lot of tension. You're sitting there, you're thinking, oh my goodness, what is gonna happen? Um, I want my scene to not maybe be as dramatic as this because I'm thinking of doing a breakup, and making a breakup this dramatic for 16 to 21-year-olds doesn't quite seem right with me. That might just be a me thing. Somebody might be able to make it work. I personally think I couldn't. So I don't want to go down that route. Though with very quick camera movements. She's so frantic. I want quick camera movements because I want my story to be very fast paced. But yeah, the music's can't see anyone. That's the end of this scene though. A quick wrap up. I really enjoy the camera angles of this scene. I love the Dutch tilt. I really want to use that in my own piece. Um, I like how frantic this whole scene is when it gets to the end. About I want to say the 2 minute and 35 mark, kind of. So just over halfway through the scene. But that's when it really, really builds up, and I just really enjoy that. Anyway, thank you for listening. Bye bye.